What if I told you the cowboy hat might just be traded for a cape and cowl? Brandon Sklenar, the breakout star of 1923, is sparking a frenzy online, and it has nothing to do with cattle drives or frontier wars. From a jaw-dropping physical transformation to whispers that DC is already circling, fans are starting to ask, could Taylor Sheridan's rugged cowboy be Hollywood's next Dark Knight? Forget everything you thought you knew about the next Batman casting because Sklenar just rewrote the conversation without even saying a word. The transformation everyone's talking about. Brandon Sklenar has always carried himself with a quiet intensity, but his latest transformation has fans doing double takes, and not just because of the gym hours he's clearly been logging. The actor, once best known for his brooding yet rugged turn as Spencer Dutton in 1923, has unveiled a physique that feels straight out of Gotham City itself. This isn't just a Hollywood glow-up, it's the kind of calculated reinvention that whispers of a career on the cusp of something massive. What's making the buzz so electrifying is how seamlessly Sklenar's new look aligns with the Batman mythos. The sharp jawline, the commanding presence, the aura of a man who carries both charm and shadows, it's all there. Fans are flooding forums and comment sections, convinced this isn't coincidence but preparation. And whether or not the DC universe has actually come calling, the transformation has already worked its magic. Sklenar is now firmly on the radar as a leading man who could redefine one of pop culture's most coveted roles. But it's not just about muscles or aesthetics. What has people really talking is the timing. Just as 1923 speculation heats up and Taylor Sheridan's universe continues to dominate streaming, Sklenar steps forward looking like a man ready to trade his cowboy hat for a cape. It's the kind of pivot that can rewrite a career. The moment an actor stops being part of a franchise and starts being a franchise in himself, from Spencer Dutton to Gotham's Dark Knight. Brandon Sklenar's leap from the rugged African plains of 1923 to the shadowy streets of Gotham isn't as far-fetched as it sounds. As Spencer Dutton, he embodied a man haunted by war, driven by duty, and torn between love and survival, traits that eerily echo the psychological layers of Batman. Both figures carry an almost mythic weight, men who walk with ghosts while shouldering the burden of protecting what they value most. The parallels are so striking that it almost feels as if Sklenar's time in Sheridan's universe was an unintentional audition for DC's Caped Crusader. What makes this potential transition so captivating is how effortlessly Sklenar could slide into the duality that defines Bruce Wayne. In 1923, we saw a character equally convincing as a tender lover and a ruthless protector, navigating a world where morality is never black and white. That very ability to balance vulnerability with ferocity is what has long separated the great Batmans from the forgettable ones. Sklenar's natural gravitas could breathe new life into the Dark Knight, giving fans a Batman who feels both grounded and unpredictable. And let's not ignore the cultural shift this would represent. Sklenar stepping into Gotham would bridge two storytelling empires, Taylor Sheridan's neo-Western frontier and DC's dark urban mythology. It would prove that Sheridan's stable of stars isn't just dominating television, but producing actors capable of carrying Hollywood's biggest franchises. If Spencer Dutton was Sklenar's proving ground, Batman could be his coronation. The power of Sheridan's spotlight. It's no accident that Brandon Sklenar is suddenly being whispered about in the same breath as Batman. Taylor Sheridan's world has become more than just a television universe. It's a launch pad for actors to step into cultural dominance. Sheridan doesn't just cast talent, he forges it under pressure, giving his stars roles that demand grit, vulnerability, and complexity in equal measure. For Sklenar, playing Spencer Dutton wasn't just another job. It was the kind of character study that transformed him from a promising actor into a household name with undeniable leading man weight. Sheridan's storytelling is uniquely positioned to give his actors an edge in Hollywood. In an era where audiences crave authenticity, he strips away the polish and lets raw humanity do the heavy lifting. That's why when an actor thrives under Sheridan, the industry takes notice. Sklenar's performance didn't just resonate with fans of 1923, it showcased his ability to carry emotional and physical stakes at the highest level, something few roles outside Sheridan's sphere even attempt. Now, with the Batman buzz growing louder, it's clear that Sheridan's spotlight doesn't just illuminate, it catapults. Sklenar has become the latest in a growing list of actors whose time in Sheridan's rugged, morally gray worlds has opened the door to legendary roles. And if he truly makes the jump from the dusty trails of 1923 to the gothic skyline of Gotham, it'll be proof that Sheridan's universe isn't just reshaping television, it's quietly rewriting Hollywood's star-making playbook. The Blake Lively drama distraction. Just as Brandon Sklenar's career momentum was hitting a fever pitch, the internet threw him a curveball, the swirling Blake Lively drama. Suddenly, headlines that should have been about his jaw-dropping transformation and whispers of a Batman role were being hijacked by speculation about his personal life. It's the kind of Hollywood distraction that can derail a rising star or, if handled right, fuel the intrigue that makes the industry impossible to look away from. What's fascinating is how the chatter hasn't weakened Sklenar's trajectory, but amplified it. Fans aren't just debating the drama, they're dissecting whether this sudden storm of attention is coincidental or perfectly timed. After all, in a media cycle that thrives on spectacle, a touch of scandal can sometimes keep a name in the spotlight long enough to make the next big casting announcement land even harder. And with the Batman speculation running wild, the distraction may have unintentionally given Sklenar's career a louder megaphone. But make no mistake, the Blake Lively drama is just a subplot in the bigger story. The real headline isn't about gossip, it's about a career on the brink of reinvention. Sklenar's name has entered conversations far bigger than celebrity rumor mills, and if DC or any other powerhouse franchise is watching, they won't be focused on the tabloid noise. They'll be watching to see how a star uses the storm to rise above it. Is DC already looking at him? With Brandon Sklenar's new look sparking whispers of Gotham in the air, the question practically asks itself, is DC already eyeing him for the cape and cowl? Hollywood rarely moves in the open when it comes to casting a role as iconic as Batman, but Sklenar checks every box that a studio like DC and a creative force like James Gunn would be looking for. He's got the rugged physicality, the emotional depth, and perhaps most importantly, the fresh but proven screen presence that could carry a billion-dollar franchise. The timing feels almost too perfect to be coincidence, with 1923 keeping Sklenar firmly in the public eye and his physical transformation lighting up social media. It wouldn't be surprising if DC has already sent quiet feelers his way. Studios love to ride the wave of an actor's peak buzz, and Sklenar is riding one of the biggest swells of his career right now. Add in Sheridan's reputation for shaping actors who embody authenticity, and suddenly Sklenar looks less like a long shot and more like a strategic pick. Of course, DC isn't just looking for a Batman, they're looking for the Batman of the next era, someone who can reinvent the role without alienating fans who have seen it played a dozen different ways. And Sklenar, with his mix of intensity and vulnerability, could be exactly the kind of unexpected choice that feels both bold and inevitable. If the rumors are true, this wouldn't just be a career move, it would be the transformation that defines his legacy. Whether DC has already made the call or not, one thing's certain. Brandon Sklenar isn't just stepping out of Sheridan's shadow, he's building his own myth. From the battlefields of 1923 to the rumor mill of Gotham City, his trajectory feels less like a career move and more like destiny. And if the whispers prove true, this won't just be another role. It'll be the moment a rising star becomes a legend. So keep your eyes on Sklenar, because the next time we see him, it might not be on the ranch, but on a rooftop watching over Gotham.